Today we're looking at this really nice tablet from TCL. The screen is really special, and that's why they're calling it NXTPAPER, and this is the 14 inches version. When you open the box, you get the tablet as well as this really nice cover, unlike other companies charging you at least $30 for an official cover. The cover was not installed though, you have to install it by yourself. Installation is easy. Place the tablet directly on top of the plastic piece of the cover and then press tablet down into place and it will snap into place. The first thing you will notice is that the screen is matte. I have never seen a matte screen before on any tablet, and it's pretty nice to know that there is such an option. Also included with the tablet is this slick pen. It is USB-C power, so it will definitely run out of juice. USB-C cable is included to charge, but not the wall charger. It comes with several nibs as well. You can pull it out using the tool that's included to grab the nib, and then yank it, replace the worn nib with another nib. This pen looks like it's compatible with a Wacom stylus, but I assure you it is not. I tried this TCL pen on a Wacom tablet, and that did not work. So you can't just mix and match. If you lose the pen, I have no idea if you can buy a replacement from another company. Most likely you are stuck to this TCL branded pen. Also, I have no idea how or where you are supposed to tuck this pen. There is a tiny pen holder, but it's a mystery on how to bond it to the tablet cover. If I ever need the pen, then I just tuck it somewhere in my bag. For size comparison, I would say that it's about the same as this iPad Air with the M1 chip. The silicone clear cover was installed, so that's why you're seeing it a little bit thicker. But I would say they are almost exactly the same depth. While we checking out the bottom, there are speakers here, here, as well as here and here. 4 speakers total that can get pretty loud. On this side, there is the power button, volume up and down, as well as this quick button to change the display type. In the front, there is the camera and some sensors. In the back, you get a camera as well, and then there is the LED flashlight. Down here is the display mode option. It will let you change between regular mode, color paper mode, or ink paper mode. With ink paper mode, it is completely black and white. In color paper mode, it really does look like e-ink, but of course there are colors. I use this mode the most because I can see everything in color, but it's still easy on the eyes. Let's do some size comparison. Here's a standard iPad Air with the M1 chip. Here's a normal paper size for you, 8.5 by 11, to see how big this screen is compared to a standard piece of paper. Here's a Kindle DX with a 9.3 inches screen. It is ancient but still works fine. Finally, this is a Samsung Galaxy tablet. As you can see, this tablet is huge. I love reading technical documents on it, while the kids use it for their piano lessons. The tablet's height is a little bit bigger than the piece of paper. Meanwhile, width is a little bit smaller compared to a regular sized piece of paper. This tablet is shockingly good for reading technical documents in PDF. Let's open one of the apps that I downloaded, called Pocketbook. Here's the Lord of the Flies. Zooming in and out is fast. The text just resized by itself. Flipping through the pages is very quick and natural. It's not like an e-reader whereby it blinks for a refresh. Let me show you what I mean by that. Let's turn on the Kindle. Long before this TCL tablet, I was using this Kindle DX to read documents, and it was very, very difficult to zoom in and out of PDF documents. I don't know if you notice it, but every time you change the page, it blinks for a second. Whereas this is a joy. Every time you flip the page, it's instant. Speaking of music sheets, musical notes, let's see what that looks like on the TCL tablet. It's interesting to note that even though this tablet is marketed as an e-ink color option, the tablet itself does not ship with any PDF reader. There's no Mobi, nor EPUB, nor other ebook reader whatsoever. That's why I had to download the Pocketbook app. Without Pocketbook, PDF would be opened by Files by Google or Drive PDF Viewer. Select Pocketbook and select it as always. If you know of a better PDF reader, then please let everyone know in the comment section below. As you can see, this flips around just like a normal piece of paper. By the way, if this video is helpful, please consider subscribing and liking the video. This lets YouTube know my video is indeed helpful and will recommend to others like yourself. You don't have to slide it, you can just tap on it and it will go to the next page or go to the previous page. So yeah, I would say this is shockingly amazing. It looks just like a real piece of paper. My piano no longer has a bunch of papers, no longer has a bunch of books laying around. It is so much better than any book or paper I've ever seen in my life, at least for playing piano anyway. Let's try to open some tech documents. If you want to zoom in and out, you can. It's so much faster than on any ebook reader out there. Most of the time I don't zoom in and out, I just use it as is. I can see everything, the whole page in one shot. There's absolutely no need to zoom in or out. But that's what it looks like if I zoom in and out. You can see that the speed is very fast, almost instantaneous, just like a normal piece of paper. Here's a document on my cooling unit. This is how I walk around the office, walk around when meeting clients. All I need is this tablet, loaded with all of the PDF documents I ever need. I used to read a lot of documents on the laptop or desktop. That was very stressful on the eyes after an extended period. Now I just use this tablet as a second monitor. I'll show you how to do that later on. By default, there is not much app included with this tablet. And that's actually a super nice feature. Knowing that you don't have a lot of bloatware on it should be advertised on the front page. You got the main shortcuts to the various apps that you use most often. Slide up to see all of your apps. You can always slide over and then it will open even more apps. There is the Writing Assist, the Smart Voice Memo, Real-Time Subtitle, Smart Translator, Signature, GIF Maker, Magnifier, Area, Screen Recorder. I wonder what that is? Okay, so it's basically a screen recorder. Let's click on the Start button. I want to record the whole entire screen. Okay, so I can't record the whole screen because when I try to fill it up, I don't see a check mark or a close button to close out. So let's click on check mark here. It will only record this area only. And now it starts recording. Let's see what the Writing Assist is all about. I click on Email. New instruction. So this is basically ChatGPT on the tablet itself then. I'm going to hit cancel, see what all the goodies are there. This seems to have recognition for my whatever I wrote. There we go. But as you can see, there's no palm rejection because my little pinky finger is hitting the screen. That's why it's zooming in and out, going up and down like that. If I don't want it to hit the screen, then I have to lift my hand up, not touching the tablet. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there is a slight delay. Let me open another document that I'm more familiar with. Let's click on the plus icon to add a new note, new drawing. There is a slight delay with the pen or using my finger. Same thing, I don't know if this is typical of any Android tablet, or maybe it's faster on an Apple. I don't know. I'm doing this demo for you to see what the delay looks like on this TCL tablet. If you don't use the pen for about 5 or 10 minutes, it will go to sleep to conserve battery life. And that's good. Honestly, I don't use the pen that much. Pairing this tablet with your laptop is the best combo if you need to edit, proofread documents all day. Doesn't matter if it's PDFs or Word docs, this tablet works great as an external monitor. Out of the box, it does not work as an external monitor though. You'll need to download this program called Space Desk. On your laptop or even desktop, go to this website, spacedesk.net. Windows 11, luckily it still works fine on Windows 10 too. If you're on Windows 10, you can just download the same driver as Windows 11. Click on Downloads. When file is finished downloading, click on the file to begin installation. User account control window might pop up. If so, click on Yes. Click on Finish. There are two ways you can connect your tablet to your laptop. The easy way is over a Wi-Fi network. Another is using direct connection over a USB cord. On the tablet, download the same Space Desk app onto your tablet. Click on Space Desk to begin. The Space Desk View app found my laptop. We're going to click on the IP address of my laptop. On your laptop's desktop, right-click anywhere, go down to Display Settings. Right now, we're in duplicate mode, meaning the laptop will show exactly the same display on the tablets. We're going to click on this icon right here to extend this display. Keep changes. 1 will be my laptop and 2 will be my tablet. Now let's open up any PDF documents on the laptop. When the PDF opens up, you can move it over to the other side, to the tablet side. Just drag and drop it over. Maximize if needed. This is just like an external display, so you can use your keyboard or mouse to control it, to zoom in or zoom out. You can certainly use your fingers to go up and down. For some reason, using the finger is actually more delay. I don't know why that is. Let's try to zoom out. My best guess is that there's an issue with this Space Desk driver. Very interesting. If you are looking at the screen, reading books for a long time, then you know eye fatigue is a thing. Here's a quick demo showing exactly why. We got 3 tablets comparing one another. There's the Kindle, the NXTPAPER, and the Samsung tablet. You can see that there is flickering going on with the Samsung tablet. I am using a Canon R8 camera in manual mode to view this on screen. The shutter speed is at 1/25. Here it is at 1/50th. While you won't see the flicker with your bare eyes, your eyes definitely feel it. 1/60, 1/80, 1/100. One over 160, 1/200. This is pretty incredible that the NXTPAPER tablet has no flicker whatsoever in the color ink mode. Let's do the same test with the tablet in the normal mode. We start seeing the flickering at 1/25. 1/60th. 1/100th. 1/160th. 1/200th. 250. 320. 1/400th. Wow, that's pretty amazing that we don't see any flickering on the next paper. I'm at 1/800 now. We have all 4 tablets in the sunlight now on this very bright day. All of the tablet's brightness are turned on to their max level. There is no brightness setting on the Kindle though. On the Samsung, text is still readable. I know this is really hard to view on the video. I don't know if it's because of the angle of my camera and the sun. The Kindle is the best. Texts are very legible, easily seen, and it's shockingly good at any angles. The iPad is a little like the Samsung, maybe a little better. And then there's the TCL tablets. Color ink mode is on. The TCL is not that great in brightly lit sunlight. There's no comparison to the Kindle. Let's change the mode to all e-ink to see if that makes a difference. Sadly, none. No difference. Let's see if the full color would do anything. And I would say the full normal color mode is just as bad. Maybe a little bit brighter, but it's nothing compared to the iPad, and definitely not the Kindle. If you ever go out and need to read something in a bright sun like the beach, then the Kindle is still your best bet. Alright, hopefully you found this video helpful. I really appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel, liking this video, and thanks for watching.